Well, ladies, when it comes to your overall wellness, you cannot forget about your financial wellness. Think about this. Healthy financial wellness can lead to a happier life. Charisse McKenzie, she is the president of Saturn Wealth and is here to help make sure all of us ladies here today are free from the worry of retirement and have financial stability. Good to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about you and what you do. You're an independent advisor. What does that really mean?
We are independent, so that means we are not beholden to any company or carrier, so we can truly use any product that's out there to find the best fit for people.
Okay, and that to us, that means you have our back.
Yeah, we have to have an obligation to operate in your best interests.
Okay, I appreciate that. You know, it used to be in the day where, honestly, men would just kind of handle all the finances. Are you finding that more and more today, women are learning how to take better control of their finances?
They are, because ultimately, up to 90% of women end up being responsible for the finances because women tend to outlive men. Right? So they end up suddenly having to learn and figure it out unexpectedly when they haven't been responsible for that their whole lives.
Right.
So it can be very overwhelming and scary.
And it can be. And if it's, numbers has never really been my thing, so it's kind of intimidating to me altogether. But you have something that you call a risk score that you want people to know. What is it and why is it important?
So that tells you how much you stand to lose or gain if the market is up or down. So we like to ask people how risky they think they are, but then we'll quantify that for them and take a look at their portfolio. And usually what we find is that their risk score is different than what they thought it was, or they're taking more or less risk than they should be or are comfortable with.
Is it generally better or worse than what you
think it is?
It depends.
Yeah, a lot of people think they're really conservative and still remember '08 when they lost money and say, oh, I don't want to take a lot of risk, and we'll look at it and find they're taking, 5-10 times more risk than they were aware of.
Oh, okay.
Which,
and the older we get, which isn't generally a good thing to do, right? Take a lot of high risk.
A general rule is the older you get, the more conservative you want to be, because maybe you're not working and contributing to accounts, and you want to be more protective and make sure it's going to last.
So a lot of women might be thinking, you know what, I should have done this a long time ago. Is it ever really too late to learn our risk score and make changes, or even get started?
It's never too late to get started. Yeah, and it's just amazing how quickly things can build and grow when you're starting to put things away. And just making changes. If you're paying less for what you have, you're then going to make more, right? So it's another way to look at it.
Yeah, that's just common sense, right? It makes sense. I want to talk about your offer, which I will give the details on in just a moment, but it's a complimentary strategy session. And what does that entail exactly?
So what we do is we have people come and meet with us, and there's no cost or obligation. We ask that they bring in their pile of stuff, I call it.
It might come in a shoebox.
It might come in, a box, a huge folder, briefcase, who knows. But then we go through everything that you have, and then we help you come up with an exit plan. Because what we've found is that people focus on growing and building their assets, but they don't know where they're going to draw from first, how long that money is going to last, how it's going to be affected if there's a correction or something like that. So we want to help you develop a solid plan so that you can retire comfortably and safely without running out of money is the ultimate goal.
Right. I'm sure a lot of, I know I do, I toss and turn all the time going, oh, gee, I hope I'm doing this right. I hope it's going to work out correctly for me in the end. At what point, once we get our plan in place, do we do check-ins with you to make sure that we're on track? Absolutely.
I always say the one thing constant is change. So things are always changing. People are moving. People are downsizing their houses. They're getting an inheritance. So we like to meet on a regular basis just to reassess the plan and make sure it's still on track.
Right. Life changes and you got to stay on top of it.
All of the time.
Okay, but you're going to help us do that. You send us reminders and say it's time to come check in with me.
We do. We have it built on our calendar so that we know when people need to come in.
You got to stay on top of us, Okay. Thank you so much. And let me give you that special offer information. Charisse is offering a complimentary strategy session, and she's going to sit down with you and discuss your retirement and your estate planning objectives together and come up with that plan. 480-339-7103 to set up that session. Saturn Wealth is located at 1166 East Warner Road, Suite 213 in Gilbert. That number again, 480-339-7103, or visit the website saturnwealth.com.